In today's video, we're going to be talking about a super important fleece part that we put on a lot of LML Duramaxes. The LML platform is plagued, obviously, with CP4 issues. I'm not going to beat the dead horse on that. There's a lot of information out there on why they suck, what you can do to prevent failures, but ultimately the easiest way to prevent ever having to worry about a CP4 failure is going to be to just convert it to a CP3. So we have a Fleece CP3 conversion here. This is a kit with a pump. We have these on the website. They usually ship same day, depending on where you're at in the U.S. And yeah, we're putting one on right now, so I figured I'd show some of that, and we'll unbox this thing, show what you guys get, and show you some of the details as far as putting it on the truck. So before we get started, guys, I want to show you guys that part number. That's Frank Paul Edward, Larry Mark Larry, Charlie Park 3, Willie Paul. This guy opened up here. So let's do this. We're going to transfer to the ground real quick. Don't mind the camo boots, guys. We're dealing with a really bad snowstorm right now, so having to go in and out of the shop, trying to keep my feet dry. So in this box here, you're going to have basically everything you need to do the conversion. I'm going to show you guys what I don't like the most about this kit here in a second. If you guys have ever bought one of these kits, you're going to know already what I'm talking about. But it's very organized and clean, and this is it. So like everything's right here. They give you a label. Lines must be clean prior to installation. We do not recommend using shop air. Comes with some literature here. I don't think this is the full installation manual because Fleece is really good about putting installation manuals on their website. So here we go. So one of the nicest things about the Fleece kits is everyone's got a cell phone in today's age. You got a QR code right there. You scan that QR code, it's going to bring you to all of Fleece's installation manuals. You just simply select the part number and it'll show you how to do that. So I'm sure you guys don't lose that. And you're also going to want to, I believe there's, yeah, just keep this, don't lose it. Comes with a cool Fleece sticker, and you have all your parts laid out in here. So you're going to have obviously a main line, you're going to have the adapter itself, you're going to have some rubber hoses, depending on if you want to run a fuel filter bowl or not. It comes with a separate line. So if you're going to use your factory fuel bowl and everything, you'll want to use this line. If you're going to delete it and you want to just go straight to the pump, you can use this line over here. It's got a feed and return for the CP3 pump. It's got a custom pre-bent line here. This is, I believe this is what goes to the pump to the rail. And then it also has a plug, which okay, it's going to be in here. There's also a plug because the CP4 pump feeds the rail in 2 different spots and the CP3 only feeds it in 1. So we'll try and do our best to touch base on that a little later in the details. But once again, guys, I'm not going to do a full install video on this today simply because Fleece has already done it. We already have the cab up. We're just going to touch base on a lot of it and talk about with this particular kit, because there are several options out there as far as buying a kit. The Fleece kit is our favorite. It does not require any tuning at all. You can put it on a completely factory truck. And a lot of that is just manipulating like the return lines and stuff and how they kind of plumb it. It still works with a CP4 file, so you don't have to flash the truck. You can have a bone stock truck, stick it on, you're going to be good to go. So there's all that stuff, but once again, getting all this extracted from this shrink wrapped piece of cardboard is very difficult and time consuming. That's one thing I don't like. Although it does look good, and it's probably very good for, you know, packaging and storing this stuff, but it's super duper hard to get out of there. Next in the box, we're going to have the pump itself. So you're getting a brand new Bosch CP3 pump for an LBZ. There's the part number on that. We'll show them that. That comes with the last part number we showed you guys. They both come in a box, as you can tell. Kind of gives you some more literature. Be sure to read all this, guys. It's just, you know, something that you should really really take the time to read before you go tearing your truck apart. Don't go ripping your truck apart before you even open this stuff. Make sure you open it all and you're comfortable getting into this. We've got installation warranty information again. The Fleece CP3 pumps they're just a Bosch pump. That's why we like them so much. You get a brand new Bosch pump. There's no core on this. This has never been on a truck before. This is brand new from the Bosch factory. There will be a couple fittings we'll have to change on it, which we'll show you that here a little later. I think we'll have to change both of these actually, the inlet and the outlet. The adapter plate once again will go on this to allow you to put it on the LML timing cover. So guys, we already have the cab up in the air. It's obviously not necessary to do that. To do this job, you can do it at home in your driveway with the cab on. So don't want to scare you with you seeing the cab off. It's not necessary. We're just doing a turbocharger replacement. We're going to go ahead and get started on this, so hope you guys enjoy. All right, guys, with all that out of the way, we're finally able to see the CP4 injection pump. It's down there buried. We're gonna start with removing, we kind of got the wiring harness pulled here to the front. Still a couple things we need to unplug. Then we're gonna pull this intake off and start pulling all of the fuel lines off that are necessary to remove the CP4 and kind of start switching that stuff over. So guys, we're at a point now where it's going to start getting more related to the job itself of actually changing the pump. Once again, this truck is also in for a turbocharger. I'm not going to show you guys how we take the turbo off because it's not technically part of the CP3 job. However, it is going to show, it's going to give us some more room to show you guys kind of how these fuel lines run. So right now we're going to pull this turbo off. I'm not going to show you guys how we get it off because it's not part of the job once again. Guys, now we have the turbo out of the way, I can really kind of get down in here and show you guys what all we're looking at. So you've got 3 lines down here in the valley. This larger one here in the middle is going to be the feed line to the CP3 pump, but it's going to go up here and through the filter housing. So it's basically you have your inlet and your outlet here. They go your feed and return, and they follow together down in here. So once again, feed, return, and this is going to be your high pressure line that goes from one side of the rail all the way through here to the other side. So the rails are essentially connected through this tube here. These things are like a puzzle. Sorry, they're a puzzle. Play your game last night? No. No, you're just busy underneath the camper.
Well, I haven't like 11:30. My clothes back on, went out there, and fucking got the torque and heated up too much, pipe busted. Shit, fuck it.
Just went back to bed.
Yeah.
Fuck it, real. Now guys, something I want to touch base on real quick. If you're doing this in the truck, this line is, I don't know, I'm trying to think if it's possible to get it off. I know that you can just kind of manipulate this and get it out of the way. You can take the bolt loose down here and manipulate it and get it out of the way, but you just want to be careful not to kink this line, because if you do, it is really hard to change it. I'm trying to think, I don't know for sure to quote it and say if it's possible or not to get this line out, but I think it is. I think you can get it out with the turbo on, but we're just gonna kind of take it loose here and manipulate it out of the way. You should be able to do that in the truck. We took this one out here as well. Another thing we could do is take this line loose on the rail right here. I'm gonna try to remember that somehow.
Well, on this one we can remember it by the mice have chewed the insulation off that.
Okay, off the fuel temp sensor. Either that or 10.
No, look at it too.
That tube? What am I missing?
What the hell? Why is that loose? Oh, they had it on the wrong.
Alright guys, for video purposes, I went ahead and paint markered all of the CP4 bolts you're going to have to remove. Got one here, right behind this coolant bypass, one here, and then you've got one under here as well.
Rotate it. There it goes.
An important thing to note, guys, is on the LML platform there is no timing that needs to be done when you're removing or installing the pump. The only thing we're going to be reusing is the gear and the nut itself. So we will need to put this in. You're going to want to get something that's pretty soft and be able to actually clamp down on this gear, which usually I just use an impact gun when I'm pulling it off, but we'll get more into detail on that in a second. But just really wanted to touch base on that. There's really no timing procedure. You just kind of pull it off and put it back on. Alright guys, the next step into the installation, obviously you saw we have the CP4 injection pump removed. Now we need to prep the CP3 pump to go on. So once again, pull up your QR code if you need instructions, and you can get basically Fleece's detailed installation manual. I'll show you how to do everything. But yeah, we'll go ahead and start prepping this pump. We've got to change these fittings to the barbed fittings here that they supply. These are going to be for your feed and return to the pump. We also have to put the adapter plate on it, and we also have to install the gear.
Large one goes here. Small one goes here.
snug. Remove that. Like so. All right. Seal. Alright guys, now there are several things we're going to need off of this injection pump, the CP4 pump, to put back onto the CP3 your socket. It's normal right-handed thread, so we'll take an impact gun, and we got that in there, bust this nut loose, and then we'll be able to get the gear off there. You can see it move the gear a little bit where they cut into the cardboard we put on there, but didn't damage the gears already. Alright guys, got a 2-jaw puller here. We're going to pull the gear off real quick. Pop it off there, and it goes back on the CP3 just like it came off. So guys, the gear will only go on one way. It's tapered. Once again, there's no timing that you have to worry about. Just make sure you get all the oil removed. You're going to stick it on, and you're going to notice when you start threading this nut on, that all of the entire shaft is not going to protrude through the threads like it did on the CP4, and that's perfectly normal. It's even on Fleece's instructions, it says it's okay. All right guys, so the torque spec on this is going to be 75 foot-pounds. Once again, put it back in your soft jaws to hold that gear. And this is really hard to do without getting that gear to slip. Definitely nice to have two people. So once again guys, got another bite on it. I'm gonna try and get the 75 pounds. There we go. What we got there? 75 pounds, so we're good. Last thing you guys need to remove from the CP4 pump, then you can finally take this thing out in the yard and throw it in the trash. All right guys, now we're finally gonna be going back together now. We got everything transferred onto the CP3 pump, so we're ready to install it. Gears torqued, adapter plates on there obviously. One thing I want to note before we get too far into the installation process, you get 2 half-inch hoses that has this nut connection on it where it goes down into the valley. Since this truck has a fast lift pump on it, we will not be running the factory fuel filter housing, so we're going to delete it with this piece here. So we will not have to run this super long hose that goes all the way through here over to the fuel bowl and back. That's going to be completely taken off the truck. So they just put paint mark on it there, just showing that we did torque it. We got it on video, so it doesn't really matter, but at least we know. So yeah, he's got the O-ring here lubricated. This part can be a little difficult. One of the things that they definitely stress in the Fleece installation manual is you do not want to pull this aluminum spacer plate. You do not want to pull the pump onto the engine through the bolts. You need to manually get the thing seated, then start your bolts. Otherwise, you're going to crack this housing, or you can crack the timing cover.
There it is. Try to spin on it.
All right, guys, that's pretty much going to wrap up today's video. Like we said before earlier on in the video, we're going to be doing a lot of other stuff on the truck, and we're still waiting on the turbocharger to show up. That's pretty much going to show you guys everything you have to do to install the CP3 conversion. It's just going to be reversing the steps from here on out. If you're looking for a more detailed installation video, once again, check out Fleece's website, and they have a very detailed video. But as far as what we did in untouching it, it would be putting the accessory drives and stuff back on, putting the cab back on. We really just wanted to get into detail on the CP3 conversion itself and what that looks like. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys have not already, head over to the website, truckmasterdiesel.com. We are doing an SP Tools toolbox giveaway this month. So it's actually running for 2 months until, I believe, March 3rd at midnight. Anything you purchase on the website, any part, doesn't matter if it's a shirt, a keychain, a turbo, a Fleece CP3 conversion, doesn't matter, guys. All that stuff's going to get you entered, and every $1 that you spend is an entry. That's enough for now. I'm going to go ahead and close the video out. Make sure you guys are like, subscribe, comment down below, and we'll see you guys on the next video.